Hi everyone, I am so happy to be back and talking to you all again. And today I'm going to talk about social media because I am a social media junkie. I love social media and I think there are a million things that social media has done for us as we come into this new Uber technology phase. But also there's a lot of things that we do on social media that can actually, I think sometimes hinder our success. So the first things first, know your social media settings. So whether you're on Twitter, Pinterest, Facebook, Tumblr, whatever, know what your security levels are, know what the default security levels are. A lot of times people think, oh yeah, it's on a default security, everything's protected, when in reality anyone can access virtually all of your information. So there's a lot of websites just go into the setting category and they should have a whole security section and go through everything. This is one thing that I recommend not skimping out on, because if you're posting personal things, that chances are you don't want future employers to see, or you don't want future schools to see. Put it on private. And generally the general rule is if it's personal, protect it. If it's a business or an academic use of social media, obviously keep it open so that you can get the word out about whatever you're doing. So the next thing is basically don't post anything on social media that you wouldn't want your future employers to see, or a parent to see, or a grandparent. That's another really big rule of thumb, because even if everything's protected on your social media accounts, there are always ways to get through and there's always ways to find information. And that being said, don't put too much information on. People don't need to know your address on Facebook. They don't need to know all of these certain things, and they can be kept for you, because you never know if you're not paying attention and you accept a friend. I mean, still, as we get older, obviously safety concerns are lower than if it was an 8-year-old on Facebook, but we still have to be really aware of the situations we put ourselves in. So the next part of this is, before I get to the good stuff, is my don'ts for Facebook, my recommended don'ts. So first things first, and we all see it a lot, and I'm sure all of us fall into this trap sometimes, is that I really don't believe that social media should be used as a diary. And we see it so often. People are either posting not so passive-aggressive things attacking people, or posting really passive-aggressive offensive things, and you just kind of sit there and feel almost bad for the person. And sometimes we get really caught up in whatever's going on and we feel the need to, in the spur of the moment. But really, truly, there's a lot of other really good outlets to communicate, either directly with the person, or if you need counseling or access whatever resources, those are a lot more healthy, because when we put things on the internet, they can be there forever. Even if we delete them, someone could have screenshotted it, printed it out, whatever. And you don't want that haunting you years later, or months later, or even later that day. So keep things pretty professional. It doesn't always write nice comments about your friends, but as far as the negative things go, if they're directed at certain people, I think that sometimes when we're expressing our anger on social media, we're borderline harassing or bullying, and that's not okay. And it's really never okay in any stance, but especially on social media where a lot of people can access everything, I'd highly recommend not doing that. And my next thing that I just say, it's not really a huge deal, but communicate privately. You don't have to put all your personal information for everyone to see. Personally, I don't really want everyone to know where I'm going at all times and what I'm doing at all times. There's a certain air of mystery that I think is quite nice. And there's a lot of other amazing things you can post. So those are my don'ts. There's not too many of them, other than maybe not doing the dreaded duck face, which I'm definitely, it's okay, I do it often too, but it just, if you do it in excess, it's probably a Facebook don't, or a Twitter don't, or whatever. So that's my don'ts and my do's. I'm very excited about this because I love the capabilities of social media, and I love the fact that we can now reach millions of people when we normally would have had to have either paid for advertising for something or sent letters out to whoever we're trying to reach. And now, however many Facebook friends, Twitter followers we have, we can post something and immediately they can like it. And so I think that's pretty cool, and I think it's awesome to get messages across. I've seen things being posted for missing people and the people being found, and I've seen things being posted for petitions that have made a huge difference in the world, and I've seen people get into contact with people they haven't seen in a long time. I'm able to communicate with my grandmother in another country, which is the most incredible thing, and I can see people that I went to school with when I lived in a different country when I was like 8, and it's pretty amazing to see the awesome things they've done. So that being said, it's amazing. It's amazing that we have this opportunity, and social media is constantly changing, as we know. Social media now wasn't what social media was 3 months ago, and I think it's our responsibility to use that while we haven't before we're being charged for it. So find something that you are passionate about, that you believe in, that can do better for the world. There's been entire political uproars and revolutions off social media websites. And I'm not necessarily saying create this whole professional atmosphere on a personal page, but find things you're interested in, post them, because you'll also find like-minded individuals that feel the same. And that's really exciting. And the fact that maybe sometimes we waste our time with our negative comments and our duck faces and posting silly things that don't really matter that much, when we have the opportunity to literally make a difference. And if every single young person, this up-and-coming generation, cared just a little bit about something, the world would literally change. So those are my recommendations. I hope they've helped, and I really encourage you to use your social media websites and pages to network with other like-minded individuals and become successful from them. I really believe in that. I've personally had that experience and networked with some amazing people and had some awesome internships and stuff. And I've really seen, unfortunately, the really negative sides of social media, and I've seen internet bullying, and then I've seen some really amazing things happen. So just take the time every day to utilize what we have before we really don't have it anymore, and make a difference and meet some really good people and stay in touch with family. Have a great day. Bye.